Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today, let's talk The Walking Dead Q&A. Did Alpha make an early appearance in the comic? Now, I got a lot of you guys asking me this question, sending me links and images from issue 79 of the comic. And I'll let you know, since we're going into the Whisperer War, I figured there's probably a lot of questions and a lot more to discuss. So leave your brand new comic Q&A questions down in the comment box. And be sure not to forget one of the most important rules. The first thing in your comment should be Q&A and then your question, because I scroll through and I look at Q&A, and once I find that as like a flag, so to speak, I pull your questions. I see a lot of people hiding the Q&A, and I see a lot of people putting Q&A, and they'll write a whole huge paragraph, and by the time I'm done with the paragraph, I realize it's not even a question. It's just an open conversation to everybody. Maybe theories people are putting, and they're putting Q&A, so make sure help us out here to make this as smooth as possible, because if this is smooth, I can actually pump these out a lot quicker, believe it or not. Another thing, I'm going to be doing the trailer reaction for Season 7, trailer predictions, breakdown, all those types of videos. So over this weekend and probably until Monday or Tuesday, we're going to fall back on any types of Q&As or mail videos. I'll try to upload what I have because I got a couple videos done. But if you're looking for a comic Q&A immediately behind this one, it's not going to come. And the TV Q&A, I'll try to put it up before the trailer, maybe even give you guys that today. But let's get right into this. Ask your new questions for the Whisperer War or anything else in the Walking Dead comic. Ask those down below, and you can find the rules in the video description. Let's get to this. So in issue 79, Rick and Aaron are talking, and Eric has just recently been stabbed off panel. We didn't see it. Aaron and Eric were on horseback, and they came riding into Alexandria, freaking out. So Rick is talking to Aaron, and he asks him, Aaron, what happened out there? And this is what everyone is going crazy about. Aaron replies, this woman was alone, couldn't see her interacting with other people, but we watched her for 2 days. She gathered for supplies, hunted, she seemed normal, but she cried a lot. I looked at that as a good sign, is what he says. And I think the thing people are looking at right now is the fact that it's a female and she cried a lot. And you know, Alpha cries a number of times in the Walking Dead comics, so I think that is the flag that people are looking at. Conversations went well, is what Aaron says. She seemed real nice, and we were bringing her back. Thought we would make it last night, but it was getting really dark, and we came up on this house, secure, nice, had some beds, so we stopped for the night. We woke up in the middle of the night to her stealing one of our horses. Eric was just trying to talk to her, and she stabbed him. I didn't know she was dangerous. I had no idea. How could I? And then Denise peeks her head out. She says, okay, he's done. He's all patched up. He's going to live. And this is pretty much the end of it. But I got a ton of people sending me requests to cover this topic. And I got to admit, there is not much here at all. I will have to say, it is a cool idea. I really, really, really do like the idea of having parts of the story hinted at way early on, you know what I mean? Not only does it show a deliberate setup and a design to how the story's going to roll out, but also it's nice going back and rereading the comic and seeing these Easter eggs. However, if I had to make the bet if it was actually Alpha or not Alpha, I gotta admit there's not much here. Yes, she's a female. Yes, she cries a lot. But then we have to look at what else isn't brought up, you know, or what else is brought up. She was alone. Alpha had a daughter. Alpha was with a tribe of people. I mean, just the fact that she was alone, it kind of bugs me out. Now, could Alpha have gotten separated from her people, from her daughter? Maybe she needed the horse, you know, maybe it was important to stick with these guys until she was in the position, because maybe she sees them as two males. She's not sure if she can overpower them, but it's too much of a risk. She doesn't want to risk it, so she goes with them willingly, you know, because she wants their horse. She doesn't just tell them to, you know, fuck off or nothing. She wants her horse, so she bunkers down with them. She sees the right opportunity to sneak out, steal the horse, and get away. Clearly, she's not killing them in their sleep, so she's going to get the horse and sneak off, and maybe that's what she needed. She needed the horse to drag, maybe it was important because she needed to get where where Lydia and the rest of the Whispers were before they moved on to a new place. But then we'd have to look at why she got stranded, why she got separated. I mean, with her being dead in the storyline now, it seems like we're never going to know. We'll never find this out, right? It would have maybe been interesting to have Aaron see Alpha, if this was the case, before he got stabbed. And it kind of would have came full circle if we're thinking about it. And this is something clever that maybe Kirkman should have utilized this, even if this wasn't Alpha. Maybe Kirkman should have utilized this, because think about how neat it kind of would have been if Michonne and Aaron roll up on Beta and them, and Alpha came out of the woodwork because they took Negan away. Now, you'd have to rewrite who was where. Alpha comes out of the woodwork. Later, she'll order Beta to stab Aaron, give him a nod. But Aaron sees Alpha there. Aaron will recognize Alpha as the woman who stabbed Eric. And I think that would have been pretty cool. And then we know that Beta would eventually stab Aaron in just a few panels later. Hence, Eric got stabbed by Alpha way back. And then in this issue, Aaron got stabbed by Beta, and Beta would eventually, in an issue or two, take over the Whispers as the new Alpha. I just think there's something cool there that might have gotten overlooked, a neat opportunity they could have taken advantage of. However, no, I personally don't feel at this time that is Alpha, but I will say, as far as crazy fan theories go, this one has a little wiggle room. There's a little bit of wiggle room because they didn't box themselves into a corner. You could seriously sit back if Kirkman wanted to. He could seriously sit back and say, yeah, she got separated from her people. You know what I mean? She, for whatever reason, wasn't wearing a skin mask at that time. Maybe they were just becoming new to adopting that way of life and that camouflage. And for whatever reason, she didn't have it on her, and she got separated. She knew she only had a limited amount of time. She came across them, and it was her idea. She made sure they found her. Maybe she even spotted them, and this is stuff we don't know that would actually give us a different perspective. She spotted them and made sure that they saw her, and her original idea was to trap them, but once she realized they were friendly and they weren't going to attack her, she laid off of that plan and decided it was safer, or she has a more likelihood of actually winning or getting what she wants if she lays in waits for the opportunity to steal the horse. Because keep in mind, in the dialogue, it does definitely make it sound like they did travel, which is another problem within the story you would have to cover up, because it makes it sound like they did travel a little bit and they were almost getting back before dark, but then it got dark and they had to find a house. So that would be counterproductive to her having to get to a different location quickly, hence why she needed the horse. So, I mean, it's in the air. I think this could definitely be turned into Alpha if they wanted to. At this point now in the story, without Aaron being able to see Alpha and recognize her, I think the possibility is gone. There's no way we will ever know now, because Eric is dead, Alpha is dead, Aaron is the only one who would be able to identify the woman, and again, she's dead. So I think we will never know. In my opinion, right now, that is just a totally different Survivor, but I will admit, for fan theories, I'm liking this one a little bit. Give me your thoughts and opinions down below, and don't forget, ask new questions so we can start another comic Q&A after we break down the kick-ass trailer for The Walking Dead Season 7. I'm hyped. Thoughts and opinions about this question down in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.